Expressions of quantity express how much or how many. Some expressions of quantity, such as some or most, can be used with count nouns or non-count nouns. However, most expressions of quantity can be used only for count nouns or only for non-count nouns. First, consider some expressions that show a large quantity. Some of them can be used for count nouns, and some of them can be used for non-count nouns. Many, several, and a number of are used for count nouns.
Many students enjoy learning on the internet.
John has several ties that he can choose from.
Heather has a number of necklaces in her jewelry box.
To emphasize a large quantity, you can insert an adjective like large.
Heather has a large number of necklaces in her jewelry box.
Another expression with count nouns that shows a large quantity is the majority of. But this expression is more specific. It means more than half, so 51% or more. Imagine that 100 students took the TOEFL exam and 68 of them passed. We could say,
the majority of students passed the TOEFL exam.
The expressions each and every are often used to show a large quantity. They are like the word all, but the focus of each or every is on individual persons or things. Also, each and every come before a singular noun. Many, several, and a number of come before plural nouns. I can say, all watches in this store show the correct time. But if I want to focus on individual units of the group of watches, I can say, each watch in this store shows the correct time. Or, every watch in this store shows the correct time. You should also know that the word each often does not show a large quantity. When you tell a child to wear a shoe on each foot, you're talking about only 2 feet, right? Many, several, a number of, a majority of, each, and every are all expressions for count nouns that can show a large quantity. But there are also expressions that show a large quantity for non-count nouns. The most common expression that does this is the word much. The word much often occurs in a question or in a negative statement. How much commitment is necessary to learn English?
I don't have much water left in my glass.
A large amount of and a great deal of also show a large quantity for non-count nouns, but they are more formal than the word much. Camels can drink a large amount of water in one day.
Erica is showing a great deal of commitment to learn English.
So far in this video, you have heard about expressions to show a large quantity. Now consider expressions to show a small quantity. Little and a little are used for non-count nouns.
I have little money. I have a little money.
Few and a few are used for count nouns.
I have few relatives. I have a few relatives.
With little and few, there is an important difference in meaning when you add the article a. Without the article, the meaning is negative, maybe even a complaint. I wish I could buy that bicycle, but I have little money.
I need some help, but I have few relatives who can help me.
With the article, the meaning is positive. I have a little money, so I think I will buy that bicycle.
I have a few relatives who can help me, so I'll be okay.
Without the article, you can also add very before little or few to emphasize how small the quantity is. I have very little money.
I have very few relatives who can help me.
With the article a, however, you cannot use very. So you cannot say, I'm going to eat a very few snacks. But you can say, I'm going to eat a few snacks. Another expression for count nouns that shows a small quantity is a couple of.
Here, I actually have a couple of pictures of people I've met recently.
What's the difference between a few and a couple of? Both of them mean more than one, but both of them also mean a small quantity. The difference is that a couple of often means two, even though it may not mean exactly two. I slept for a couple of hours. If you think that the quantity is two, but you're not exactly sure how many, you can say a couple of. The expression a few is broader. If you say, I slept for a few hours, people will know that you certainly slept more than 1 hour. You probably slept more than 2 hours, but you did not sleep all night or all day. I should tell you about another expression for count nouns that you can use for either a small quantity or a large quantity. Numbers. All of the expressions I have taught you so far have been estimates or general expressions of quantity. But numbers are precise, that is, specific. 3 blind mice. 12 angry men. Although numbers do not show your opinion about a small quantity or a large quantity, they give specific information for the reader or the listener. Now it's your turn. Write a paragraph that describes the kind of food or beverage that you consume little of, that is, eat or drink little of. If you like what you consume or you are satisfied with how much you consume, include the article a before few or little. If you do not like what you consume or you are not satisfied with how much you consume, do not include the article a before few or little. You might even write very few or very little. Here's an example paragraph. I enjoy eating a few apples through the week, but I eat little fruit otherwise. I start every day with a little cereal and a little coffee. I put very little sugar in my coffee though. I guess that I eat a few snacks throughout the day. Add your comment to the webpage for this video.